Welcome. Welcome, everybody. John Zager, johnzager.com. How's everybody doing today? Good? Good. It's overcast today on the eastern slope. Gosh darn, it's been 100 degrees for me. I think I saw 101 a day ago, but for the past 3 or 4 days, it's been like 99, 100, 101. And it clouds up in the afternoon, but doesn't rain. I remember being here, and when every afternoon, like clockwork, you would get a heavy thunderstorm for 20 minutes, and it would kind of stop or whatever, but cool down. It's hot. It's hot. I guess we get a reprieve for a couple days, and then it goes back up into the upper 90s again, so it all kind of stinks. But anyway, hope you're all fine wherever you're at. Been talking about the importance of people in your lives. I think I did it on a podcast or two the last couple days. I've been doing it on my blogging the past few days, and haven't done a YouTube in 3 or 4 days or whatever, so maybe I thought I'd talk about that today a little bit. We have a gas station in town that gives away free drinks, so I'm drinking iced tea with lemonade, Arnold Palmer's drink, right? And they're free, so I just load up all day long. Finish one, go get another one. Finish one, go get another one. But so the importance of people. Here's what happens. Okay, my background's, I don't know, 1969 was when I got into clinical psychology, however many years that is. I keep saying 43, but it's probably closer to 50. And then neuroscience, which I started in 2008. And it's just the connection between your brain neurons and your emotions, that kind of thing. It just does a connection on those two things. But the importance of friends, colleagues, buddies, family, I don't know, people you hang out with, the importance of that. Here's what happens, is the importance of that comes up when you don't have them. Well, there's two main reasons, right? The first one is when you have other people around you, the people that you've discarded, and that's literally what you've done. You've sinned and you've discarded people out of your life for reasons I may talk about in this little YouTube, or I may not. But when you discard people and you have all your other people around still, it doesn't matter if they're gone, because you disrespected them in the first place. You discounted them in the second place, and you've lowered them down to a standard of someone you would not associate with anymore because of, please listen, because of your ignorance, you big moron. All of you are morons. It's your ignorance that you did not ask questions. Right? You didn't ask questions. You didn't get information. You had misinformation. So this is, generally speaking, how people get discarded. Okay? People get discarded when you, for example, have a wealth of people around you to protect you and make you feel good about who you are. When you become overly self-indulgent, let's be clear about that. People today in this day and age are self-indulgent. They care about themselves and the betterment of themselves, and not for the good of mankind, right? So when the people leave you that you have around in your life, then all of a sudden you start realizing, oh, let's see, I dismissed, I cast aside, blah, 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 whoever those people were. And maybe I better rethink that. Well, no, I don't have to rethink it. I'll just get all my other old friends back. You see how that works? Here's the other stinking thing that happens with your stinking thinking, is that if you have money, people don't count. Now, I know you're out there, ranting and raving and jumping up and down and throwing things, paper wads at your phone or something. But it's really true. I mean, I've been in this business since 1969. Okay? I don't even know how many years that is. And this is what I find year after year, month after month, week after week, day after day when I interact with people. My whole life is about interacting with people and understanding why they do what they do. Right? Why their neurons fire the way they fire. Why the neuron clusters make the decisions that they make. It's disgusting to watch from this side. Now, there's a caveat with this. Here's the caveat. If you believe, I'll give you an out. I'm going to give you guys an out. If you believe these people that you've cast aside are toxic, then it's in your best interest to not be around them. We all agree on that. We don't have any problems with that. But you can't just run around and because you don't like somebody or your feelings have changed or, the thinking that you had is wrong and you've never tried to correct it. You can't just start calling people toxic to justify your decision making in treating people disrespectfully. You can't do that. You shouldn't be doing that. Here's what I do. Number one, I'm fine. I might hurt a little bit. It might not feel good when people cast me aside, toss me out of the bus, roll me under the bus, throw me in the gutter. Because they don't care. They really don't care because they're so self-indulged with their own well-being that they think, right? It hurts a little bit. But here's the thing for me. I'm fine. And I'm always going to be fine. Now, it means that I need to work a little harder at seeing what they might have saw, right? And most of the time it's just misinformation. They just don't have enough information. Or they're getting information from the wrong sources. There's a reason that people make discouraging remarks about you because it's their way of dealing with their anger towards that person. That makes sense? That makes sense, right? So there's a motive behind the people who are toxic and who are trying to disrespect the person and have other people feel negatively towards them as much as they do. But if the other people are just as unhealthy and willing to hear and accept what the one person who's trying to damage another person, if they're in the same boat and that easy to sway, what does that say? Like kind attracts like kind. So if I better have a drink. I got going there for a minute, sorry. So if somebody starts making negative comments about another and starts trying to influence other people to feel the same way negatively towards that person, right? Well, maybe they're all programmed the same. Okay, this is neuroscience now. We just switched over from clinical psychology to neuroscience. I hope you all are current with your neuroscience, right? So we get all of those programs that eventually become hardwired in us by the time we're 30, right? From where? From the source, the family of origin. Little kids have no place else to look. They look at mom and dad and they say, what's being modeled and what's being said to me? And this must be how the world turns. And so that becomes a perception, which becomes a limiting belief system, which they take usually out of the house as they get older. And that's the way they live their life. Their life ends up being struggle or lack, right? Struggle, lack, or abundance and joy. So you got to look at the people that are jumping on the bandwagon with the negative person trying to influence everybody against another person. It's all the same program. It's all the same flippin' program, and they all bought into it. And then here's the one that kills me. Well, they know better. They already understand all that. No, they fucking don't understand that. No, they don't. No, they don't. Or they wouldn't be doing it. No, they don't. They don't have a clue. They don't have a clue. I watch families. Not only my family, but I watch other families, right? Because that's what I do. That's what I've done my whole life, is just research. And it's amazing how the families all stick together, with all the same limiting beliefs and all the sick perceptions and programming. And they think they're, what's it say in the Bible there? It says, if you live in a glass house, don't throw rocks. They're all throwing rocks, but they all live in glass houses. And then they have this attitude about themselves that I'm right. That's called narcissism, in case you didn't know. If you've come this far along in this YouTube video, you best be understanding narcissism. So that's one way that people get corrupt and discount other people and end up, they're really screwing up their life. They're not screwing up the other person's life they're trying to discount. They're actually the toxic people and not the person that they're trying to discount and toss in the gutter. It's amazing when you use science, because science doesn't lie. Science doesn't, we don't care about feeling stuff. We care about science stuff. That means factual information. Science. What is science? We'll just do that one for a second. Anything you can repeat over and over 2, 3, 4, 5 times and more. If it repeats, it's science. If it doesn't repeat, it's not science. Here's the second one. I touched on it a few minutes ago, but if you have substantial amounts of money, what's that word? Placates, pacifies your hurt, your anger, your hostility, I don't know, your vengeance, whatever it happens to be, to where you're trying to discount another person. Well, if you have money, it can distract. Diversions, distractions, and deviations, right? Everybody knows that. And if you use that in accordance with your money, who gives a heck what I just did to that person? I don't care. It's not affecting me. Guess what? I'm still going shopping today. I'm going to buy another house. I'm going to buy another lot. I'm going to build another house somewhere. I'm going to move my company to some other flippin' part of the country because I have a lot of money and I can do that. And oh, by the way, I don't remember that person who you say I discounted. I don't think that's true information. You see how their thinking goes? That's neurons, that's neuron clusters that have been hardwired. When you can't even remember or want to remember why you did what you did to another person and discount it, that's sick. That's ill health. That's a disease. That's limiting beliefs. I don't know why this stuff is so hard for people to understand. Well, I do, because it's called, okay, you ready for this one? It's called denial. Everybody's got denial. You know, and the more money you have, the greater your denial. Man, this isn't even rocket science. This is like psychology, neuroscience 101. I mean, I don't even think it's 101. I think it's like 1. But again, if you try to rationalize and talk to and interact with, and the best you can do, here's the best you can do if you're the guy or gal that was cast out of the nest, right? Number one, just view them all as toxic and say, thank God, see ya. Don't have any interest in interacting with those people anymore. Number two, you know, how would I put it? Sometimes people get so addicted to their disease, they can't be open-minded enough to listen, or they won't listen because they're addicted. So there's people all over the world who have all kinds of diseases, from emotional stuff to physical stuff to blah blah blah, right? But a lot of people I've seen in my, I don't know, whatever, it's been 50 years, you know, what I see is people would rather hang on to those emotions that are negative and unhealthy because it's territory that they're comfortable with, rather than dealing with the reality of their thoughts. It's a hard thing for those people to do. So what I see happening is that I can model behavior to them. And I will model behavior, healthy behavior, okay, opposite of what they're trying to do. I will model healthy behavior to these people until the cows come home. And the probability is they won't even catch it. I don't believe they're competent enough intellectually to catch it. But it's what I can do positively for those people. And then it goes in from their conscious, because nothing's ever learned in your conscious, right? So it goes from the conscious side, which is just in and out, to the subconscious at night. And now it starts changing their limiting beliefs. And it starts creating new belief systems for them. I think you can have interaction and conversation with those people, but probably not direct. They're just not in a position, nor are they probably ever going to be in a position to have that kind of conversation, because they're in so much denial. They're addicted to their disease so much, and they have so much hate and vengeance and all that kind of stuff. You know, they're hardwired. And if you talk to them, I mean, they're going to surround themselves with people who think they're, I don't know, the healthiest people around. But those people that are saying that are as unhealthy as they are. It's genetic, it's in the blood, and it's in your neurons and your thinking. So the importance of having people around, last thought, and then I'll shut up, okay? What I do every night for the people who might dislike or have cast me aside, Lord forbid, there can't be anybody that would do that to me, right? And what I do every single night is I wish them and pray for them to have the best, most positive, joyful, abundant, meaningful life I can wish for them. I do not allow a negative thought about them to enter my brain. Law of attraction. I mean, good Lord, let's try not to go into this conversation, but I'm sure you all understand the law of attraction and have all read The Secret 1,000 times. If not, you should read it 1,001 times. You know, it's like kind attracts like kind. If you're going to be mad at someone who's negative towards you, like kind attracts like kind. It's going to put more negative people out there with those feelings and emotions, and you're going to encounter that. How you stop that is that you just flourish them with an abundance of love. God bless everybody. Take care of one another, and I'll look forward to talking to y'all again real soon. Thank you a lot. See you. Bye.